I think this is probably the first time I've ever got to talk to someone who has played the same character in a television movie before.
Really?
Yes, and most of the time it is, I think, for me, it's kind of rare. You don't see that too often in television where you see the same character in a television movie.
Right. That's true.
And you get to, and I'm glad we get to see the character again. The first movie was very fun and was very enjoyable, and so for it to see her come back is great.
Thank you. I agree. I had a blast playing her, and when the movie did so well and people wanted to see more, I was just thrilled, really excited.
What do you think is the secret to it? Why did audiences catch on to the character?
Well, I think probably the same reason I fell in love with the script. The moment I read it, I said, yes, absolutely, I'm in. Because it's fun. Like you said, it's just a really fun, enjoyable, great little movie that has a nice message, but not, you're not being beaten over the head with it. It's just got like a nice message of acceptance and tolerance of people. And on top of that, it was just fun. It was kind of a romantic comedy and something you could watch with the whole family. Really, every age can enjoy this. And that's unusual, I think, today.
Well, what do we see in the adventures of this upcoming movie?
Well, I think you're going to see a continuation of where we ended off, where Jake and Cassie's relationship is continuing, and they're getting to know each other better, and the kids, of course, are falling for her more. She's becoming more of a mom figure to them. And she's fixing up the house. She's going to turn it into a bed and breakfast, which gets very interesting because she takes on a boarder. And this boarder has something mysterious going on. You don't quite know what it is, if he's a good guy or a bad guy or what his intentions are. And she's definitely going to have to figure it out.
Now, you also were a co-executive producer on this, correct?
I was.
For you, what was more challenging but also enjoyable, being in front of the camera or being behind the camera?
That's a good question. I've wanted to produce for a long time, so it was really rewarding to finally get a chance to do it and really have more say in the script and some of the decisions that were being made before we started to film. So I think that both were enjoyable. Of course, acting is my main love, and that's really where it all comes to life and all the, just all the magic happens where the character, you become the character and, all of that. But I think both were great. I definitely want to do more of both.
Well, you'll always be remembered for being Mac on Jag. Is there a particular episode that fans of the show come up and say, oh, I really loved you in, fill in the blank? Or is it just kind of, all over?
Oh, that's a good question. I have people ask me what my favorite episode was. I think fans of the show were just fans of the show. They probably liked it all. They certainly liked when Harm and Mac got close or, pretended to be together, whether it was undercover or some dream sequence or something like that. But I think a lot of people enjoyed the action stuff, when I got to maybe beat up some bad guys and take down some terrorists or, something fun like that. Little kickboxing is always a good time.
And now the second season of Army Wives just got done.
Right.
Season 3 looks to be a go, correct?
Yes, we start filming actually next week. Yeah,
excellent.
I know, I'm excited.
What have you enjoyed about doing Army Wives? What's the difference, I guess, from doing that versus doing Jag?
Oh, it's a very, very different show. It was actually why I chose to be a part of it, because I wanted a different experience. It's much more, I would say, dramatic, much more emotional, heartfelt. These are real women with real issues that they're dealing with, both saying goodbye to their husbands for a year and a half at a time. And then also just, life, friendships and families and dealing with teenage sons and, those kind of issues that everyone has to deal with the added element of the military backdrop.